My friend cut one of her private parts during a pool party and I gave her first aid to treat it, but when I came back to the party everyone was saying how weird it was that I shot right up at the chance to play with a girl's melons. I, 23M, was at a pool party at my best friend Greg's house. There was also a slip and slide set up and people were using it. My friend Amy used it and screamed. The whole party turns to her and she's clutching her breast and Therese blood just pouring out of her hand. She had slid over a rock and cut herself. I'm in nursing school so I run over to her and ask to see the cut. She pulls her hand away and I see that it doesn't look too serious but it definitely needs attention. I turn to Greg and ask him if he has a first aid kit and he says yes, in the bathroom inside the house. So I walk Amy into the house and grab the first aid kit. I pause for a second and ask her if she's okay with me helping her with this or if she wants to do it herself because of where the cut is and she says no, I trust you and I want your help, so we go into the bathroom and wash out the cut. I look at it more closely to make sure it isn't serious. I put some Neosporin on it and bandage it up nicely. Amy thanks me and we go back outside. A couple women come up to Amy and ask if she's okay and one of them, Sarah, gives me a dirty look and they kinda lead her away. I go back to where I was sitting and Greg sits next to me and says some people were talking crap out here. I did my best to defend you but I figured you should know that they were talking shot about you helping Amy. I asked him what he meant and he said that Sarah was saying it was creepy how I sprung into action when I saw an opportunity to play with a boob and a few of the other women and one guy agreed and were making fun of me. I was pretty upset about that, but I didn't want to make a scene so I just ignored it for the time being. Later that day though I was sitting by the fire pit and Sarah was sitting across from me and nobody else was around the area, so I asked her why she was making fun of me for helping Amy. She said I guess that was a little mean of me. I'm sorry that I did that. But I just thought it was kinda weird how you saw her boob was hurt and you ran up to her and insisted to help. I know you're in nursing school but I think you should have let a girl handle it. We all know first aid too. I thanked her for her apology and I don't like confrontation so I just said alright, I guess I'll keep that in mind from now on. Edit, update 1. I called Amy. Asked her how the cut was healing. She said it was healing well and she was keeping an eye on it. Then I asked her if she knew about the things Sarah and the others said about me and what Sarah said at the fire pit. Amy had no idea. She said the other women were asking her if she was okay and what happened and all that, but she assumed they were worried about the injury. Not my helping her. And Amy was absolutely pissed and went to the friend group chat and tore the people that were bad talking a new jerk, especially Sarah. Sarah and the others apologized to me in the group chat but Amy kept going and said I shouldn't accept their apologies because they sat back and talked bad on the one person who stepped up and helped her. Amy also asked Greg not to invite Sarah to the next pool party and Greg readily agreed. A few of the others tried to say that was too far but Amy just told them to shut the fudge up and do something next time someone's hurt instead of sitting on their butt and insulting me. Update 2. Greg followed through on not inviting Sarah to the next party. She was upset about it but accepted it. Then 2 days after that party she called me and asked if we could meet in person and talk. I said okay and we met at a Starbucks. She looked really sad and apologized to me profusely. She said that she doesn't know why she said those things about me. She thinks she was ashamed of being frozen in fear when Amy got hurt and she just took out that shame on me by insulting me. But that it was incredibly fudged up to do because accusations like the ones she threw at me, even if they were jokes, could ruin my entire career and it was so wrong of her to do that just because she was ashamed of herself. She seemed genuinely remorseful so I forgave her and we are friends again. I told her I would talk to Greg about letting her back into the parties but she said not to. What she did was super fudged and she doesn't want to come back until Amy forgives her too. I said okay. We hugged and I went on my merry way. A couple of days after that I'm hanging out with Amy at my house and we talk about the Sarah situation. I showed Amy the previous post and asked her if we should show the others. She said yeah. So I showed everyone including Sarah and she was a little upset at first but quickly accepted it. Amy forgave Sarah a few days after that and she was invited to a party 2 days ago and we had a great time. Sarah was a little awkward at first at this party but quickly cheered up once we assured her that the drama was behind us and we accepted her apology and quickly moved on to joking about it. Including Sarah pretending to slice open her melon with the dull side of a butter knife, saying hark. Mine tender breast. It doth been sliced open like a ripe melon. Whomstever will save me? Ripping off her bikini top and leaping into my lap. Which, to be really honest here, firmly put the issue to bed because everyone at the party was laughing for a good hour about that. So yeah. Everything worked out in the end really. I just wanted to put a cork in this story because when I saw it on TikTok I realized how much people enjoyed it and thought it would be prudent to let people know that it had a definitive ending. Commenter. Amy is an icon for telling Sarah and the entourage to STFU.